is a young man, Dave Boy Green, our European welterweight champion, who's marking time while he waits for a crack at the world title. It means, of course, that every time he gets in the ring, he's putting his status as a leading contender at risk. Well, last night, the opposition was formidable. Rafael Rodriguez is a veteran American campaigner with a reputation for taking on the world's best and going all the way with them. If Green could stop him, it would certainly make the world of international boxing sit up and take notice. Dave Boy Green venting his frustration at not getting a shot at the WBC welterweight title by taking frequent fights at home. And his opponent tonight is a man who's been around a bit and for a long time. Rafael Rodriguez from Minneapolis, United States, who's been in with a lot of the top world welterweights and middleweights. He doesn't beat the best class men, but he goes the distance with them. He's got a reputation for that. Rafael Rodriguez, now 32 years old, so he's 7 years older than Green, the European champion. Rodriguez has come in, smothered all over with rubbing oils, even down to his legs, glistening in the lights over the ring. Rodriguez had trouble making the weight today. The match was made at 10 stone 9, and he actually came in 1.5 pounds over that at 1 o'clock, and they gave him 1 hour to get it off. And, well, in London sun today, I don't suppose he had too much trouble running it off, but he came back an hour later, and he made the weight precisely 10 stone 9. Green came inside at the first weight and came in at 10, 8 and 14 ounces. Green thought he had a contract and a date all set to fight Wilfredo Benitez of Puerto Rico, the reigning WBC welterweight champion. Thought it was all set for Monte Carlo. Rodriguez told by Harry Gibbs to close his gloves. Green thought it was all set with Benitez, and then Benitez and his father decided they didn't want to go through with it, and they reneged on the promise. And now it looks as though Green won't get the shot for some time. Green was in action only 2 weeks ago at the other Wembley Stadium, the Wembley Arena, and he stopped another veteran then, Lawrence Hafey of Canada, and did it in a very competent 5 rounds. Now, if he could stop Rodriguez in 5 rounds, that really would be a good story. There are a lot of top welterweights in the world who haven't been able to stop Rodriguez. Let's see whether Green can. Green going about his business like a man who has no intention to hang around for 10 rounds. Well, he's a very businesslike fighter these days. Oh, lost his way to the corner. Suddenly thought he was in the other one. He really is a very businesslike, competent fighter these days, and for my money, gets better with every fight. And whoever he fights, when he does go back for the world title again, he's going to have trouble with David Green, because here is a real dyed-in-the-wool fighter. One of the best we've had for a long time now, and puts a lot of punches together. Hurts people, determined, comes forward all the time, has to take a few, but never minds taking a few to get more of his own in. Green, of course, rightly takes the view that although he's frustrated at not being able to get a shot at the world title, in a sense all these fights he's taking are for the world title, because if he were to lose one of them, he'd be whipped down the world rankings faster than you can blink, and he wouldn't be in line for a shot at it anymore. So he cannot afford to lose. right hand sank that right into Rodriguez's midriff, and he felt it almost buckled over. Caught him off balance with a good left jab. Class. It really is class punching from Green. Every one of these going into Rodriguez are meant for Benitez. It was a bit far back. Yes, it was. That's a kidney punch. Been landing a few like that. So he put another one in just to show that he wasn't put off by Harry Gibbs' little warning. And it even made Rodriguez's cornerman smile. He's a cheeky young devil these days, Green. He really loves this game. He enjoys his work. He seems to me to enjoy it more and more. Harry Gibbs having a quiet word with him about that kidney punch as Green sits in the corner. Green comes straight out to the attack. 3 good opening rounds behind him. The foundation set for a good win. Rodriguez is soaking him up to head and to body. Still there. And I suspect this is the worst battering Rodriguez has taken for some time from anybody. Tremendous, ripping attack. It really is one of the most impressive bits of punching from a British fighter that I've seen for a long time. He can't miss hardly with anything. What a man this Rodriguez is. He's coming back with punches. Oh, what a round that was. And how he survived it, I'll never know. Rafael Rodriguez, one of the gamest, gutsiest fighters in the world. 32 years old. Who's really suffered there under that lashing attack from Green. Had to take it all. Got a look of Freddie Mills about him. He's got the same sort of shape, head and hair, and the face almost. And he's just as courageous as Freddie was. I wonder how Green and Andy Smith, his manager, are working this out in their own minds now. Whether have they perhaps settled that this man's too tough to knock over and it might have to be a distance job? Or do they still feel that they've got a chance of stopping him? The man is made of granite. Green flattening a little more the already flat nose of Rodriguez. Sometimes you look at Rodriguez and all the fire seems to have died out of his eyes and he looks as though he's just surviving on instinct, and then suddenly a little spark of life comes back. Looking very tottery in this round, Rodriguez. He really is. Doing little. Can you imagine what it must be like to stand there and having to take that consistent thump, thump, thump from a good puncher? Head and body, everything suffering. Well, that's 6 without reply. And still he comes back. Amazing. Amazing man, Rodriguez. One doesn't like to see a man soak it up because you never quite know what it's doing to him inside, but this man can certainly soak it up and still comes back and hasn't even bothered to sit down. Well, Harry Gibbs has had quite a little talk with the Rodriguez corner, and I suspect he's looked at his scorecard and he must have seen that Rodriguez has not won a single round. Must be well behind. Might just be Harry saying, you know, if Green starts knocking him around again, I might have to pull your man out because he has no chance of winning once Green sets up another big attack. Might just be he said those things. I don't know, I'm guessing. It might not be a bad guess. Sets up another monstrous attack. And Rodriguez takes it and takes it. And he stopped. That is exactly what he said to that corner now. I know it is. And Harry Gibbs has pulled Rodriguez out of the fight. And that is a truly remarkable win by Green by international standards. That is only the second time that Rafael Rodriguez has been stopped in a distinguished professional career. He has a reputation for being a man who goes the distance with the best in the world. He's shaking his head even now at the decision, but it surely must have been right. And the news of that stoppage will very quickly get back to the other side of the Atlantic, and that will register very heavily in Dave Boy Green's favour.